What is up, boyos? It is Water Buffalo Man, and you're back for more ARK Survival Ascended. Alright, so last time we ended up taming, well, technically taming. We ended up taking out the mother and then taming this guy, but this big leedsichthys, it actually came out with a lot higher stats than I thought it was going to come out, which I was surprised with. I mean, I kind of knew it was going to come out with roughly its parent stats. Sorry about that little pause there. But it came out with its parent stats, the mother stats, and it's actually really high. It moves super fast through the water, but it is just a huge creature to the point where, like, you can't cave this. There's no way you could cave this. But it's just so massive that it takes up so much space, and it's just so, like, look at it. It's just probably almost the size of our island. It moves so fast through the water. It's insane, but it does start with about 27,000 health. This one did, at least. So we're going to see, we'll buff its health to about 3k. And seeing as its stamina is pretty good, we're going to put the rest into melee and see what it can do. Because I truthfully don't know much about this. Oh, we're getting attacked. I don't know what these bars on the screen do. So I'm just going to see what kind of damage we're hitting. Ooh, 495. I'll take that. 275 because our mate boosted, 495 because they're not. 411. I mean, I can't complain about these numbers. Let's see what they really can do. Can these guys harvest? And we do have a higher level saddle on it too as well, so this guy's sitting at about a 90% saddle right now, which is kind of insane to be honest. You could get higher. I'm just surprised these megalodons are actually attacking this guy, being that this guy is probably one of the biggest things in the sea at this moment. I will say they are not the greatest. They do have one attack that's really cool. They can jump out of the water. I don't know if that's considered an attack necessarily, or if that's because that just scared everything away. I know that's what it does. See, like they're all running away. I mean, it's not great. This leech isn't great. It's not terrible. It does harvest fish. I mean, it's not terrible. It's cool. You probably could breed it up to make it better. It's definitely one of those creatures that if you do get, it's more of a showcase as to say, like, look what I tamed. Not really for like what it's for. It does have rider protection, which is awesome. So when you're riding it, you're guaranteed to be protected. I don't truthfully know all the abilities this guy has. That's the left trigger. Control C does nothing. Oh, so you could store dinos? I think this guy can carry stored dinos. So what I'll do is I'll probably find out the description of what this guy can actually do. Because it doesn't say anything. It doesn't say any abilities on it for like what it can and can't do. I'm assuming that's what this is here. You could store dinos in its inventory. Let's see something actually. Oh, that's not it. I don't know. But I think it can store dinos. The bumpers don't do anything. The X button pulls up my menu. The Y button just has me hop off. This just jumps out of the water, which is still really cool to be honest. And yeah, there's not really much else that I can figure out this guy does. I mean, it's really cool to have. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited that we got one. But it's not something that I'm going to be really superly showcasing, because I can't see much to it. But if there's something that you want to tame, this is definitely right there for you guys. But alright, so the plan now, actually, is to continue to go out and search for more carchars, because we definitely need one. So let's just do this. Oh, whoops. Let me turn around, pick you up. Left a weird big outline right there for a second. What are you stuck in? Hang on, are you stuck in the wall? Really? Because I threw it so close to the wall, it counted as it was just, like, in the wall. I mean, yeah, like, look at these stats really quickly. It's got 5k stam, 34,000 food, 3k weight. Like, this thing's gonna be fantastic. Excuse me. I do not know why I was on there. It's gonna be fantastic for, like, moving things. But easily not the most offensive of creatures. As you saw, for the size, it was only hitting like 300 to 400 damage, which isn't that great. My Deinosuchus, which is a quarter of the size, does 10 times the amount of damage of that, which kind of as expected because they're not really a tameable creature. But that is still really, really cool, and I would like to apologize to you guys about these smaller videos we've been getting recently. It's just because of the fact that we're counting down the time until the new region drops here on Astraeos, when we get the new full premium map drop. And honestly, there's just not as much. I don't want to dive into like a huge project and then have that drop completely pull me away. So that's part of the reason why I'm not doing that. Doing really too much into anything else. Like right now, we're just going to probably just do some quick exploring today, look around to see, because again, the Rexes haven't brought up fully either. Like, I still don't have any baby Rexes that we can take into the boss battle. I finally just got a second pair of male and female, or a second pair of females, and they're breeding, but they're taking forever, like, because of the fact, again, like I said, it's because the game's not on all the time, so they're not breeding all the time, and I don't know if there's any way to fix that. So they're just sitting here when I'm not online, not breeding. Because if I switch to our Primal Chaos series we were playing, which I'm probably going to be streaming that today, and I try to do anything like that, it legitimately doesn't let me. They stop breeding. So that kind of slows us down. Because my plan was to take on the boss tomorrow or the next day. It still kind of is. I just don't truthfully know how good those Rexes are going to be for that fight, but luckily the caves are really easy to get through, so we should be a-okay, and our Rexes are relatively decent, so that might be alright. So let's actually fly back this way towards Resource Mountain too, because I don't see any carchars here. But yeah, also dating back to yesterday's video that I recorded, you guys took a lot of shots at, not shots as in like bad shots, shots as in like your own guesses at who I was talking about. And no, I was not talking about any of the two that you guys named in the comment section below. It was actually someone completely different from an entirely different game series that I do, and I'm just surprised that you guys have that many issues with that many creators, if that's the case. If so, leave it in the comment section below why you don't care for those creators that you guys brought up yesterday, because I'm actually thoroughly interested to see as to why. And I'm also more thoroughly interested to see why this game keeps lagging so much all of a sudden. Since this most recent update, I'm getting constant frame skips and jumps all the time when I turn. And it's not like our settings are on epic or anything. I lowered them down to high to try to increase the chances of us not getting those frame drops. But let me know in the comments who you guys were, or why you guys were specifying the names that you did, and what specifically happened that made you believe that the comments I was talking yesterday would have led to those people. I'm interested to see what you guys don't care for about those two specific creators that you guys kind of pointed out. I'm very interested. But, alright, so what we're probably going to do is we're going to head this way again. We're going to try to, again, like I said, there's not much that I want to do at this moment with it coming in 2 days. Tomorrow is going to be the boss battle, more than likely. The day that it initially launches, we may do a live stream, and then have that be the video for the day, which is more than likely possible. I'm thinking of doing that for the day that it drops on the 12th. I have not fully decided yet, but I think that's what I'm probably going to do, is go live the day of with something, probably Primal till it releases, and then once it releases, that be the video for the day of us covering just a whole new map. That's probably what I'm thinking of doing. Because that way, it's not like you guys are getting an overabundance of videos, because it's going to be the boss fight one of the next 2 days, tomorrow or the following day, which will be the launch day, and then a stream of Primal Chaos, one of those, probably the day of. Bro, I hate when I yawn so much. And then probably the stream of the game, of the update when it does drop. And that's kind of the thing I didn't want to do, was overwhelm you guys with like 6 videos in one day, because it could theoretically be a lot of videos. Because again, before I confuse myself, it would be the normal day video, a live stream of the game when it drops, and then a video itself. So you guys will be looking at 4 different things in the same day from this channel alone, and not counting me still having to do a bunch on the Dokkan side. I have a bunch of videos to record over there today as well. I got at least 4 to 7 that I have to do over there. But let's actually farm some resources while we're right here, because why not? we're here. We might as well stop on through, and then we're gonna continue. Yeah, see, look at that framiness, dude. This thing's nuts. Ever since this most recent update, it's been terrible. I don't know what they did. Whatever they did, they need to fix it. Like, at this point. It's just gotten terrible. I think it just might be the game re-rendering stuff in, because I haven't been over here a bunch. Let's up your weight a lot. I think that's probably it. Is it's just the game re-rendering everything in. But if that's the case, that's kind of terrible that I'm going to have to re-render every time that they update, because that just makes the game that much less enjoyable to play. Because like when I loaded in, it was oh my god, it was terrible. I couldn't get out of the bed in the game. Like I couldn't move. It was just so bad. There's many resources here. This is another thing that sucks about playing single player settings. With the server not being on, like right here, look at all of this. What is this? Why is that so choppy? I don't get it. Like, bro, this is almost unplayable at this point. And I'm running on a 4070 Super. There's no excuse for this level of choppiness. I could see if I was playing on something really small that doesn't have a whole lot of power, but there's no excuse for the choppiness like this. And the weird part is it's not all the time. Like, I was playing Call of Duty with the guys last night. We're playing some Warzone. And I had none of this. None of these issues. I had to make sure I was connected to the linked inventory. But we didn't have any issues at all. I didn't, at least. My game ran great. I was running 200 plus frames. And now this time I could barely get 50. It feels like anymore. Store that in there. How long do I have for gas? 2 days, roughly. Okay. That's 2 days in-game, equivalent to IRL time, so I'm not ever going to run out of that. So let's just keep going on this way, because I'm not sitting there trying to farm all that up with how laggy that is. Like, it's nuts, dude. Like, it's so framey. And I don't even understand. I could do a Dino wipe, maybe that'll help. But I don't think that's entirely the issue, necessarily. I think it's just whatever update they sent out, because I'm still not getting more than 30 FPS when I pull up stat space FPS, the settings tab thing, the command line. I'm still not getting anywhere above 30. Unless if I drop it all the way down to like medium, and then on medium I do. But I was getting 70, 60 to 70 before they activated frame gen. And all this other garbage that they put onto it that's actually made it worse. Let's see. What do we need for beta? Titanoboa, Sarcoskin, Sauropod, Argentavis. Same thing. I think we have some Titanoboa venom. I know we have the talons and the vertebrae. I don't know about the Sarcoskins. I know he said something about adding in more obelisks, so I'm assuming there's going to be more bosses. So that's going to be interesting. But let's head up here really quickly with all the frames we're having and see what we can figure out. Because if this continues to be really framey, guys, I'm probably going to have to just cut the video even shorter, which is going to be absolutely terrible. Because it's pretty much unplayable at this point. I have no entire reason or idea as to why. Give me 1 second. Yeah, like I have my... I didn't even really cut anything. I just transitioned up another screen. I have my profile watching to like watch all of my CPU, GPU temperatures and everything. It's acting as if the GPU is under load, max load all the time. And it entirely shouldn't be due to the insane amount of settings I'm not running. But it is what it is. I don't know why it's acting as if it's under insane load at this moment. Because it usually used to sit at around 70 to 80% load, now it's sitting at constant 99. Because it looks to me like it's rendering everything in. It's acting as if it's rendering things in for the first time. That's to me what it looks like, because it always does a really laggy first intro render. I don't know if it does it for anybody else. but it does that for the first time to me, and then it just rolls smooth for the rest of the time. It's starting to feel like that's what it's doing. Because it's only when I render in new areas, which it shouldn't, like, I don't know. I really don't know. It's weird. This game does have a lot of issues, though, to begin with anyway, but it is what it is. I enjoy it. It works. I may have to drop everything down to high and remove epic all the way across the board down to high just to make it easier for recording purposes. Hopefully it doesn't affect the video quality too much. It shouldn't. Because the game still looks pretty decent with this quality. It doesn't look the greatest, I won't lie. And that's the problem that's bugging me the most. Like, absolutely bugging me the most. So I was running this on Epic for a while, and it looked absolutely fantastic. They made these changes, whatever they did, and now it just feels terrible. It was smoother the first day it launched, and then ever since then it's just been, ooh, Karchar. That is almost the max level. That is almost a max level. And of course, there's a total of 4 things here. Make that 3. Bro, the taming area for these guys are absolutely insane. There's nothing here. Yeah, there's nothing here for me to tame this guy with. Dude, this is insane. How are you expected to tame this when there's nothing up here? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not dealing with that right this second. I'll try to do it off screen or something. Or I may not even touch it. I may leave it alone and just say forget it. Because I'm not dealing with that being in an area where there's nothing for me to even drag to it, you know what I mean? Like there's almost nothing here. And the things that were there, he just completely killed. Like I don't know. So we'll skip out on that one. Let's check over here and see if there's anything. Because that's a damn near max level. I'd like to get it, because it'll come out at almost level 200, I think, if you get a perfect tame. Or just over 200. But it is what it is. Also, I don't know if I showed you guys this before. This is pretty cool, actually. This is the Medusa statue from the boss battle. I think it's based off from the boss battle. For turning all of these guys into stone of ARK survivors when squaring off against her. So that's kind of what she looks like. It's really, really cool, honestly. Nakatas did a fantastic job with this mod. I say that like every time. But he truthfully did. The mod is fantastic. I still can't pick things up. Still a setting I haven't turned back on yet, but let's look over here, see if there's anything, because like I said, I'm not trying to tame that Karchar. If that would have been a Giga or something, I would have like sat there and tamed it, but I'm not doing that with a Karch at a 130. Because there's nothing in the vicinity, nothing for me to even try to tame it with. It's just not worth the, pardon my language, but not worth the ass-ache of me trying to tame that guy for a whole lot of nothing around it. Because it would take, I would drag one thing to it, and then I'd have to find like 6 more things, and there's nothing else in the vicinity. I have to wait for something to spawn in, and by the time things spawn in, he just ends up taking them out anyway. Like if it spawned up here, it would have been slightly different, but even then it would have been terrible because it would have cleared all this out already. I guess, let's check this yellow drop, because there's not a whole lot going on right now. So I apologize, guys. This video is going to be a little bit more on the boring side. We're, like I said, just waiting to try to get the Rexes made up, man. I mean, at this point, I don't know what else to really do without getting into a huge saga of things I want to get planned. Like truthfully, after the update drops in 2 days, we're going to be doing OSDs, element veins, taking the boss on, taking on higher difficulties. We're going to be doing taming the Dreadmares. We're going to be taming the Pyromanes. There's an S-Ceratosaurus coming. Actually, I'll just wait and tame that instead of taming a normal Cerat. Like, there's a ton coming with this most, like, future update, I guess. Almost said most recent because it's not recent. The most future update coming. So I'm just going to wait for those and start working on it. Because it's only a couple days away. Because the Fantastic Tames, yes, they're out already, but they don't spawn in this region. And yes, I have the mod activated, but they spawn in that new region. And that's why I'm kind of wanting to go get them. So we're going to get a Shadow Maynard off the rip. We're going to get a Dreadnoughtus off the rip. I guarantee there's going to be a Dreadnoughtus. It'd be sick if you made an X-Dread, or an S-Dread, I'm sorry. Like his own variation. That would be insane. We'll have to see about that. But like that's kind of really what I'm waiting on. Like, because once those happen, that's at least 4 different videos. 5 different videos, 6 different videos of things we can do alone. And I'm talking green OSDs, or yellow, is it green? No, it's blue, yellow, red, purple. Blue OSD, we're going to do. Yellow OSD, we're going to do. Red OSD, we're going to do. Purple OSD, we're going to do. We got the King Titan Overworld fight, I almost forgot about. Like, we have a lot coming. And I'm not saying there isn't a lot in this now, there is. But I don't want to delve into something and then just be piled on with a bunch more and then be so far behind at covering the things for you guys. So I'd rather just wait just a little bit longer. So today's probably going to be just a relatively short video. I may end up going to get that Carchar off screen and just allowing the Rex to continue to breed while I work on that Carchar. Because you guys have seen the taming method on those guys. I don't really want to do it again and have to cut out like an hour and a half's worth of footage again. So that's probably what I'll do, is work on taming that Carch. Only thing that sucks is it's male again. We have a male, so it's not like we could breed them together. But I'll probably go over and grab that at some point today while I'm editing the video, rendering the video, and giving these Rexes more time to breed, because I don't think there's totally anything else for us to do at this moment in time. But I apologize again, guys, for the shorter video, but thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys back here next time for more ARK Survival Ascended. Hopefully I'll have enough Rexes to take on the boss tomorrow. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys then.